Hello, hello. What's up, everyone? I hope you're all doing well and had a great weekend. So as usual, if anyone is in the live chat, could you let me know if everything is good, the sound, the video, and yeah. So as usual, I'll wait a couple of seconds before getting into everything. We're seeing a nice move up on Sunday off of our level. But again, before I dive into everything, let's just wait for some live chat confirmation. Um, Nicholas, hello. So I guess we are live. Should be live, yeah. Is everything good? Can you hear me? I think everything's good. Hi Habib, everything is good. Thank you, Jean-Pierre. Hope you're doing well. Always nice to see you. So let's keep it very straightforward and simple, right? In our Friday update, or was this on Thursday? I think that was on Thursday, right? I just had one scenario basically, and it was a front run of these highs at $110,700 to see a drop into our only level, 107.5, to then see a bounce to the upside. Let's go back to the charts. We got the front run of these highs, 110.7. If you go on the higher time frames, we front run these highs, as you can see. We got the drop into our only level and we are seeing a bounce to the upside. Now, before I move on, I just want to quickly recap my last month of trading because I'm very open inside the Discord. This hasn't been my best month. Looking at my journal this weekend, this was my worst month in 2 years, literally. So where did I talk about this? Yeah, right there. So I did have my worst performance in a while. So I'll just talk about it quickly if anyone's interested. I hope that these small stories help any new trader or maybe intermediate traders. And if you have more questions about it, you can ask about it after the analysis. Okay. So why was this month a bad? Must be a bad month because I don't take big losses, as you know. My wins, I mean, I did take a nice win right now, are always much bigger than my losses. Well, this month is not so much about the losses, but more about the misses. And this is what I hate in trading. It's when I miss moves that I called. So basically, it started right there, right? I did miss this low, but this one I didn't really mind it because I didn't love the setup. We did have a selling climax. This was on Binance. So we had a selling climax with 3 4 hour imbalances. Taking this low, we did get a big bounce, but to me this wasn't really a miss because honestly I just didn't like the setup. But then if we move on to this high, and I'll talk about it quickly, I was looking for shorts up here if you remember, right? If I can find the message on Discord, I hope I can find it just to move on quickly. So it was right there. You can see price, this was on the 10th of June. We had an imbalance on the daily open, and what I said was that it looked like Bitcoin was topping out. And then the next day or the day before it, I did say that I was looking for short positions. And in the end, I didn't take the short because I was looking for price to come up above this high, even though I had just said that this looked like a top. If you go on the 30 minutes, it was this 30-minute imbalance. You can see I did call a top. I mean, 2 months ago, I would have shorted this 10 times out of 10. I had two other um, um, scenarios to kind of add to my short. I didn't. I didn't even open a short, and we got a massive drop to the downside. Okay, so and then I missed this low. I missed this high. Even though I didn't call this one, this should have been a super easy short position. I missed this short. We had a 4 hour imbalance on the breakout. I missed this short on Monday. 2 Mondays ago, I called this low pretty much perfectly. I didn't trade it. And this support level, again, if you remember, I did the update. Again, it was a perfect call, a perfect read, and I didn't take this this long position. Yes, I was asleep, but I don't want to use this as an excuse. So it's pretty much a lot of misses for me. I mean, I would say I missed one, two, three, four, and five trades. And even this one, I did think about shorting this because this was in line with my scenario to front on the highs, right? I did think about shorting the 1 hour imbalance when we had this move up. I didn't. I saw the drop and I was pretty annoyed. So as a swing trader, I mean, most of you guys pretty much know that I don't trade a lot. I'm very patient for my trades, and that's the way that I trade. I wait a long time for my trades, and then I execute. But this time it's been a month. You know, I've just been waiting, missing, waiting, missing, waiting, missing, and I just got annoyed in the end. Took a bad trade, even though it's a small loss. That was just a bad trade because I was looking for lower. Right there. I did believe that we would hit my support level, 107.5, and then when I saw the volume, I did decide to open a long again, even though it's a small loss. I was just very annoyed at myself for missing too many trades in a month, and yeah, so that's all I'll say about this. Just a lot of misses, and that's why you have to journalize. You have to understand if you're going through a dry period or maybe a period of losses, why that's happening, what's the mindset? Is it a risk management problem? Is it a strategy problem? Is it a TA problem? Is it a psychological problem? Whatever it is, but you have to journalize. I understood my problem. And this, of course, is not my first time getting a bad month. I mean, I've done it freaking millions of times, so it's not really a problem. But again, I was just very annoyed at myself for missing so many trades. And even with that, well, TA is still on point, right? We can go back to Thursday's plan, right? We wanted the front run to drop into our level to see a bounce, and you can see this is exactly what's happening. So that's enough about me and my bad month of trading. So you think this is the right time to find short positions? We'll dive into this. Hello, by the way, Sanjin. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, uh, but it's nice to see you guys. What is your problem? Too patient, too hesitant? Definitely too patient, and not only too patient, but I was too demanding on the positions. I can give you an example on the long that I called and missed 2 Mondays ago. I hope I can find it quickly. So it was before this, before this, before this, right there. So again, I believe, I had the level, I was bullish, I had this target 102.8, which I was very confident in getting. We got the job. I believe we got a deeper retracement. And then when I saw this wick, I mean, okay, it's not perfect, but it's not a problem at all. And like I found an excuse not to trade, and I realized that I had missed the long. So it's not being too patient, but for some reason I was getting too demanding on my trades, right? I wanted everything to be perfect, and I wasn't aggressive enough, I could say. So yes, I was too patient, I was too demanding on my positions. Um, and that's again why you have to journalize, because I've realized the problem, which is not the first time it's happened to me. I've done this a lot in the past, but it's a lot of these stupid things happening. Like I don't have the perfect setup, and I just miss it because I'm stupid. So that was my problem, honestly. It was just being too demanding on my positions. And that has led to me missing so many trades because I was like, that's not perfect, but like it doesn't have to be perfect. Um but yeah, that was my problem. And isn't that part of risk management? I mean, not really. Risk management is just following your plan and just taking a trade that you're comfortable taking. Like right there, for example, my plan, I was very confident that we would see at least 102.8. So when I see my job, I have my imbalance as well. I don't have to mind the wick that much. I take the long position. I risk, as I usually do. If I open the long there, I can risk up to 1% usually. So down there, it's a very acceptable risk. So no, that's not really part of risk management. So it's just, again, it's just me being too demanding on my positions. I mean, I would take that risk, but that is personal, right? Of course, that's personal. It's always personal, right? It's your risk tolerance. So that's why maybe like I outlined this plan, I didn't take it, but maybe someone else took it because he was like, I don't agree with. So he doesn't agree with me, and he took the position following my level. So of course it's personal. In any case, if you have more questions, just send them in the live chat. Two quick announcements that we've already done, but just a reminder. If you guys want to trade with a 30% discount on Bitunix, all you have to do is sign up with our discount code. So there's the link in our Discord server under the deal section. What you will get is a 30% discount on your trading with Bitunix. There's no catch, it's not something weird, some sort of coupon. It's a lifetime deal, again, a 30% discount. There's how it works. And I did talk about it before. I'm very happy with this deal as I personally trade on Bitunix. How do I jump to present? So as I personally trade on Bitunix, I'm very happy with that deal. And of course, very quickly, uh, my my course, my imbalance course and indicator is out on our website. So if you guys want access to it, all you have to do is open the website and buy the courses. You can now pay with crypto as well as your credit card. So very happy with that. You don't have to buy it if you don't want to. The Discord is free, so it's all up to you. But again, I'm very happy about this. I love my indicator and you guys all know about it. So that was enough yapping, I think. Um, that was enough yapping for now, so I think we can dive into some analysis. So what we're seeing right now, I mean, again, it's pretty simple. We just hit my level. We can go on the 1 hour. You can see we had the very nice wicks and we got the bounce. And very quickly, by the way, actually, just to clear this up, because of course I want to be as transparent as possible. When you asked me on Monday if I tried to long support, I said no, I hadn't longed yet. Because this first reaction on the 30-minute, that's when you asked me if I had long. I didn't like it, it was too quick for me. So when you got this second drop, that's where I long Bitcoin. I just put a stop loss on that low. So on this low right there. So I long this second drop. We took out the low, we had a nice wick. That's where I opened my long position, set the stop loss at the lows, and I just walked off the chart. So I was done, came back today, saw the pump, and took some profits on my long position right there. So again, enough yapping, let's dive into the analysis. So we're seeing a bounce. Do I like that bounce? Doesn't look bad, doesn't look bad. The only problem that I have with it is, of course, that it is happening on Sunday, which I don't love. So at this point, can I find a resistance? We have the point of control up there. Do we have any value area? So if I take from the all-time high, we don't. If I take this range, we don't. And if I take this bigger range, we also don't. So we are actually moving away from the value area high. If I take maybe the volume profile of this drop, if you have any resistance here, no, we don't. I can't see anything. So let's look at Binance quickly. Okay, so I can see this on Binance. I'm gonna mark this. You have a partially filled hourly imbalance on Binance right there, so I'm gonna mark this one out on Bybit. And does this line up with the point of control that we just saw? So that would be 109.2. And if we take the small range, okay, so we have the point of control just above this. Okay, so we have a partially filled imbalance on Binance only, not on Bybit. But I think that works. This would be your small resistance area just above us that I think will get reached. It doesn't have to get reached today, but I think we move it up there and then we can see do we get a reaction or not. If I have to build a plan around this, do we maybe drop back? I would say keep this higher low structure, so maybe get a deep retracement. So let me draw this out again. Low, higher low, maybe you got a drop and move back up. And from there we can see what happens. If we get a rejection, I think we move back down below this level. Or on the other hand, if we move above, I think we take out these highs. So there's not much of a plan to be done here because again, the main plan was outlined on, was that Thursday? So on Friday, actually, okay, on Friday. So, oh no, that was yesterday. So that was Thursday. So on Thursday again, it was the drop into that level. If you took the long down there, I think it's a nice position to be in because now you can take profits, hold the rest for higher, or if you get a rejection, you can open a short position up there if we get it for a hedge. So what you'll be in is a long from the lows and a short from the highs. And I think whichever one gets taken first will turn into a big swing trade. Okay, so on the higher time frames, personally, I did mention this inside the Discord. I don't think we get any trades above this high, which is why I didn't talk about it in my last YouTube update. If we move above these highs, I don't think that we get a rejection. Okay, I think that's very unlikely to offer a short position. If it does, it does. But personally, I think if we break these highs, we will go for a new all-time high. Okay, so that's why I was contemplating opening a short position right there, which I didn't. But yeah, I don't see any short positions above these highs. So to me, same plan as Thursday. If you lose this level, you will look for the quarterly pivot at $100,000 and $100. So if you do lose that level, so maybe drop, bounce, and you lose that level, I would expect a much bigger drop towards the quarterly pivot. Okay, so again, same plan, not much has changed. On the other hand, if you are able to maybe get a retracement, break that level, then at this point I do believe that we go for a new all-time high. And that was it for Bitcoin. Let's keep it very simple. Do I have, what is this? Let me move this. That was last Sunday's plan, right? Yeah, so this was last Sunday's plan. We wanted to see the drop into support, to see a bounce. Of course, we talked about this. We got the bounce, and I wasn't interested in short positions. But again, this was the support level talked about last Sunday. So that would be it for Bitcoin. Pretty simple. Okay, I understand you. I learn very much from this. I hope so. My point is to help you. Do you see BTC now forming a descending broadening wedge or breaking up and retesting down descending channel? Retesting descending channel. What channel are we talking about? Would it be this one? Are you talking about maybe this channel? Oh, so that would be a nice channel. And the top got rejected. I think I already have this channel actually. Let me see. I have two channels still. So that would be this one. No, so I don't have this channel. Okay. I think this looks good. I told you my plan already. As long as you maintain above this level, to me, this is bullish and you should expect higher. Again, like I've already talked about this. So when you add this channel in context, yes, you could get that retest of the high of that channel, which kind of lines up with this for our imbalance. So maybe fill this imbalance, retest the top of that channel, and then move higher. I think that's possible. I think that's possible, but I don't really look at channels as much as I used to. But this is still a very nice channel, like low, 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 midpoint, midpoint, midpoint. Yeah, that's a very nice channel. So you could keep this on your chart. Personally, again, I just have my levels, so I'm just gonna follow them. But yeah, I think this could work. However, again, if you lose our level, this would coincide with dropping back into this channel, and this would line up with my plan to get that quarterly pivot down there. So yeah, that works. This is a very nice channel. Can you also do a high time frame analysis on daily time frame? Can you, okay, we will look at also, okay, Jean-Pierre, after this, so on the daily time frame. Well, on the daily time frame, again, you could look at market structure with a high, lower high, and you still have a lower high. And you do have this big daily imbalance, which for now was left behind, which is bullish, which is why I had outlined this support area. But on the daily, you could say, and that's one of the reasons why I said that I don't see a short above this level. It's not so much because of structure, but you could still take this into consideration. But if you break above these highs, now you'll have like high, lower high, lower high, lower high, but then this would be your first higher high. Okay, so that would be on the daily. But on the daily, I mean, it doesn't really affect my plan because I will look at this daily imbalance, which is in line with the quarterly pivot just below it. So if you move down and you lose this level, again, expect the quarterly pivot and the fill of that daily imbalance. So I don't know what I can add on the daily. I don't think I can add much. It's just, low time frame levels. For now, we have one below, one above. Whichever gets broken, I think this one will offer a big continuation. If you break above that level on the daily, expect a new all-time high. If you break below that level, expect much lower prices. And that's why personally, I will be interested in a short position if we move in there and get a nice reaction. So yeah, that would be the daily analysis. I hope this is helpful. If you have more questions on the daily, if you want something more specific, just tell me about it. But again, on the daily, I don't get anything additional from my already done analysis. It's just these two levels, in my opinion, will dictate what Bitcoin does next. Can you look at the following alts: Aave, Injective, CRV, say? Okay. So Aave is on my watch list. Aave, where is it? Right there. So we did analyze this one before with the anchored VWAP, but this was hindsight analysis. I didn't give this one in advance. We did give one short in advance, which was this. Where was it? I'm lost. Was it this one? No, it was this one. It was this short. So we did give this short about 2 weeks ago, which offered a very nice drop. And I did want to see this next with the fill of this daily. So do I still like this on Aave? Can see this daily offered support right there, daily imbalance. You drop into it, it offered a bounce. But honestly, on Aave, I would still like this. Like, for a new long position, to me, this would be the only interesting setup to look at. I just don't see any other setup. You could maybe look at this liquidity, but this doesn't look super interesting to me. On Aave, I think I'll keep the same prediction to get the fill of that daily down there. Now, if Bitcoin rises and makes a new all-time high, you're not going to get this, okay? So of course, this does depend on Bitcoin. So yeah, that would be it for Aave. If you can get that drop, that would be nice, but I don't see a short position. Can I find a short position? I don't really see a short position on Aave. So it's just right there. No, I don't see a short position. At this point, this coin doesn't look interesting to me. I'm sorry, I can't find anything specific, anything interesting. Then of course Injective as well. Injective, same thing. We wanted to see that drop. Let's go on the 4 hour to fill the daily. Did move up first into this 4 hour imbalance, and you had an order block. So right there, and see that this did offer very nice resistance, and then it moved down. But on Injective, again, same thing. I would like to see a jump into this daily imbalance down there. Same thing on Injective. Plus, I think you have a nice high for now, so this could offer a bit of a bigger drop. And actually, right there, down there looks much better. Yes, now I remember, because you have a double bottom just above this daily imbalance. So on Injective, ideally you do end up down there at 8.6. So again, Injective, same scenario for me. Let's mark these out. Take this here. Yep, that's what I would look for on Injective. I just really dislike this double bottom. It's hard for me to be bullish on that coin when you have a daily imbalance with a double bottom. Again, this is just I don't like it. I don't like this low at all. And then CRV, this one I remember very well because I got asked about it a lot. And again, just wait for this level down there. Until then, there's no point in looking for CRV. Maybe you could have shorted, because I did say before this level I don't see any long positions. But yeah, down there on CRV would be the first level of interest. 0.45. Until then, I wouldn't like it. You have this very ugly wick that I want to see taken out. So this one, which lines up with the daily imbalance and the daily order block if you want to mark out an area. But to me, I would just focus on this level for now. And nothing new on CRV. I'm just waiting for that wick to be taken out and this level. But I don't think that I'll trade this coin. It doesn't look too strong. I mean, when you have coins that moved up, like Injective, for example, you had this very nice move up, like Kaito, like Ave even. CRV just doesn't look that strong anymore. But again, you can keep an eye on it. And finally, Say. Where is Say? We did look at it last week. So that would be Say. Was this given last week? This as a resistance and target, or so Sunday? I don't know, I forgot. When did I analyze this? But I did have this level which didn't get respected very well. But let's look at, say, on the higher time frames. You do have a very nice low on the weekly imbalances. Is it on the lower one? Wow, it's on the... So you can see if I zoom in, you had two weekly imbalances, you filled both of them and then had a very nice bounce to the upside. So this coin for now, it does look very good. Especially if you go back on the daily, the fact that you overshot the daily imbalance right there is a sign of strength in my opinion. Now, what can you look for? I think honestly it goes in line with the other altcoins. Just look for this order block down there. Can I find more confluence? We do have a nice range to look at the volume profile. Wow, okay, you have the point of control, so you can remove this area. You have the point of control right on the daily imbalance. This would be a very strong level in my opinion, plus a psychological level 0.2. So that would give you a break of 0.2, and you are trying to lose that value area high. So if you lose that value area high, that would give you a nice move towards the point of control and the daily imbalance psychological level, which is 0.2. Break that psychological level and then get a reversal up. I think this looks very nice on Say. This does look very nice. We probably won't now. We won't have an anchored view up, but I'm just interested. Okay. Yeah, you won't have an anchored view up on this one, but yeah. Point of control, if you take it from the low, point of control as well. Wow, okay. So this would be a very strong level on Say, okay? This is a coin that's worth looking at in my opinion. I'm gonna put an alert just to see if I'll trade it if it drops at 0.2. Let me fix it, please. Why is it doing that? I don't have many alerts left. You can see I'm just focusing on Bitcoin, but I will put an alert on this one at 0.2 because this one does look nice. Any lower time frame resistance, it would be this order block. So if you want a bit more of an accurate scenario, this would be your resistance. We can take a volume profile of this range. We do have the point of control, very nice. So this would be your lower time frame plan on Say. So maybe get that move up. And see, by the way, that this offers support. Wow. To the cent, literally 4-hour imbalance, you can see perfect retest of that imbalance. And this on its own offered a bounce of, let's see, 5%. On altcoins, usually you would look for a 10% bounce, but I mean 5% is already good. But I think I would look for this. Right, drop back down, and then you can see if you get that reversal, you can remove this, and that's what I would look for on Say. This one does look very good, honestly. This one does look very good. I really like it. Maybe WIF. Let's look at WIF. WIF USDT. Okay, so let's look at WIF. Weekly. Nothing to note. Does it look strong? Let's see. 3-day. Daily. I can instantly see this, you know. Wickless daily imbalance. These usually act as a massive magnet to price. doesn't have to drop there because, hmm, does it look strong? I don't know. Man, that wickless daily imbalance. I mean, this one really did. Let's look at a volume profile since the low of. Let's look at this impulse. No confluence and no confluence. Ow! Actually, why did I make that sound? But you do have a volume gap right there, which comes just below my my level. That was the weirdest sound I've ever made. Forgive me, guys. But okay, let's look at the lower time frames. Some of us are you also interested in a lower time frame plan for this coin or just on the higher time frames? So we can look at this definitely. Let's look at this range. Reclaim not the value area low, retest. Hmm. Let's look at this. Nothing. I don't know, I can't see it on this coin. I don't see anything interesting. All that I see is two daily imbalances in a row, which offered a bit of a drop. So ideally, okay, this is not the best setup, but ideally I want to see this wickless daily imbalance taken out. Okay, I really dislike it. You don't have to look for it, that's just my analysis, but I really dislike it. At 0.5 as well, this would be a big psychological level. So that would, do I like this plan? I don't know, but anything, just trying to get another opinion. Okay. So yeah, I think look for this daily imbalance. I mean, it doesn't look like the strongest coin. Look at this. Yeah. You could look at a bit of an area. Let me see. If I take this again. So we have the point of control just above. I don't know, man. That's what I would look for, honestly. Just look for this. I can see another level. 0.5. You have a wickless daily imbalance. Ah, why is it doing this? Let me redo it. Do we have anything on the lower time frames? I don't know why, but I'm trying to find a very good plan for this one because this does look like an interesting coin. This was filled. You can see you have a 3 minute. Can't find any imbalances above. So yeah, you know what? Let's just take this above that wick. And that's what I would look for. So maybe one more move up and then get that drop. That's what I would look for. Okay. Tried my best, but I can't find any strong conference on this coin. So that would be it. Can BTC potentially claim liquidity at 112k? Everyone goes long and then we come back down towards 103k to liquidate all longs. I think that's possible. I think that's very possible. It wouldn't be my preferred scenario because personally, I am seeing so many people talk about an all-time high fake out. Could happen, but I wouldn't like it. I mean, I will keep the scenario in mind. But again, if you have this scenario in mind, this is how you would play it. Okay, you long that support down there, which we gave on Thursday. Okay, you long it down there, and if you see a short, you take it. If there's no short, you will just hold the long position for a new all-time high, and then we can see what happens, right? Of course, I'll make a YouTube update and update everyone on the Discord. So that's how I would play this plan. But personally, I wouldn't like it. Okay, I think too many people are looking at it. It's possible. Again, I wouldn't like it. And one more thing that I forgot to mention about Bitcoin. Just remember, guys, this is summer price action. It is it is very rare to get a new all-time high in summer. Okay, especially big pumps. So that's why again, even though I did open that long and I do have this bullish scenario to make new all-time highs, I am kind of leaning more towards that big drop and to hit the quarterly pivot below simply because it's summer price action and you cannot ignore that. Summer price action is always slow and choppy. So again, I mean, do with that what you will. I just give trading levels and trade around them. Again, we gave this one 2 days in advance, and I had just one level, so I really cannot do more than this. I can try to predict, but again, it's summer price action. Just keep that in mind. Can you also look at Ethereum, Sol, and XRP, of course. Let's look at Ethereum. I did want to look at it. Daily, let me look at the daily open. Oh, this coin has just been stuck in this range, man. And by the way, I did relook at this about 2 days ago. I don't know how I missed this, but we had the partially filled weekly imbalance. If I zoom in and see weekly imbalance partially filled, you tapped into it almost to the dollar and got a massive rejection. I don't know how I missed this, even though I did have this resistance area, but again, you can see how imbalances dictate the market. So we can look at it. Ethereum. I don't see much on it. I'm sorry. It's just like it's just stuck in that range. You could look for a bit of a liquidity grab above that high. I don't know. Again, I'm sorry, but I don't see much. The main play for me on Ethereum would be to go retest that level down there, 2.3. And where's the quarterly pivot on that? Oh, okay, so it's right there as well. That's perfect. Okay, so overall on Ethereum, I do actually think this would be a nice plan. It would be to go retest that quarterly pivot around with that low. Again, this is the same plan that I gave on XRP. So you have a low, a deviation, and then another low. Okay, so that was what I had given on XRP. If you remember, is it still drawn out? It is. So you can hide this. You had this low, lower low, deviation, come and retest that low. It did get front shown by about 1 cent, but you can see that the idea, as you can see, it did get front shown by 1 cent, but the idea was pretty much perfect. You got the drop to kind of retest that low and then you bounce. So I think I would look for the same thing on Ethereum. Plus you have the quarterly pivot down there, which, as you guys know, I never ignore. This is a very strong confluence. So that's what I would look for on Ethereum. And then you said XRP. XRP, the setup was already given. Okay, this was it. Like low deviation, retest. That was it. I don't see anything else for now on Ethereum. You can see I still have this alert. This alert was, I mean, you can see right there, this alert was created on the 12th of May. You can see I hold the 12th of May, which would be, it was this daily candle, right? Yes, this is the 12th of May. So I was looking to short Ethereum up there. As you can see, this alert was created on that day, but can we still get it? I don't know. But this does remain a very big level for me on XRP. I don't see I don't see anything else, but of course you do have a lot of highs up there to be cleaned. So probably it will take these highs. Plus you have a daily, so XRP, probably look for this. Right, a move up into this imbalance, and then probably a drop back down. I don't have anything strong on this coin. Even this scenario I don't think is strong. I just see a lot of highs plus a daily imbalance, so I would expect to move up. But as a plan, I don't have a strong plan on XRP. And Solana, this was, I mean, come on, Solana, this was the setup that was given. Like, I had one level that was given like 2 weeks in advance. This one was hit to the exact cent. This was crazy. Again, what was the logic behind this? We had a daily open and we had a 12-hour imbalance. And as you can see, we moved into it with an imbalance, even on the 30 minutes. We had a 30-minute imbalance. I didn't take this one because I was ill and stuck in bed, so I do have an excuse, but again, this was a perfect setup. You drop, you put in a range, you take the low of the range, you have the 30-minute imbalance, the wick, you take the long position right on the support level, and you got that big bounce. Other than that, do I see something on Solana? To be honest, guys, I mean, I think altcoins right now are not at interesting levels, and that's why I'm struggling to find anything interesting. I mean, the only interesting setup that I found was Ethereum. I think this looks very nice, and it was Say, right? Where's Say? Right there. I mean, these are the two these are the only two coins where I can find good scenarios, because I think right now all coins are at the no trade zone. It's just I don't see anything interesting, right? Solana, I was looking for that drop. I can remove that level now, but I was waiting for that drop into that level. I mean, you got it, you got the bounce, and right now it's just like, does it go higher or lower? I don't know. It depends on Bitcoin, but again, right now altcoins, I don't think most of them don't look very interesting, right? I don't see anything that jumps out. I don't see it. I'm being honest. Like I don't want to give ugly scenarios just to give scenarios. I just don't want to do it. I think altcoins right now, they're just not super interesting. Like I do have scenarios, yes, but nothing tradable at this point. Nothing tradable. I have high time frame, same level. Eyeing. I have high time frame, same level, eyeing as well. To be honest, on which Savas, is it on WIF or Bitcoin? Ho- okay, how did you came up ho- to create an imbalance on indicator on imbalances? Well, it was just I took so in the past I took a lot of courses on in crypto and trading in general, because I used to trade stocks as well, but I never found anything that made the markets click for me. And one thing that I always tracked was volume, and I always realized that it offered me an edge volume. So I just started to backtest like what trades I had taken around volume and what looked interesting, and with time I just came up with this indicator. Like it's just a lot of trading and testing. So it was just me over the years realizing that no strategy worked for me. So I just wanted to make my own, which I did, and that's how I came up with this indicator, because I looked at volume a lot, and to me, I mean, it just makes sense that market just moves based on volume. So that's how I came up with it. So high time frame, you don't see ETH breaking down. I mean, again, it depends on Bitcoin, because look, altcoins to me, I'll be honest, like at this point especially, they're heavily based on Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is close to its all-time high. If this was a low and you just move straight up and you make a new all-time high, I do believe that altcoins will have a big run, including Ethereum. But to be honest, okay, again, as I said, one, it's summer price action, so I don't really expect a big pump. Still, I am trading my levels. Again, this was my level. I did take the long position. Okay, so this was my level. I did take the long position, so I will still trade my levels. But on the altcoins perspective, just be aware that it's summer price action. Okay, so if Bitcoin moves up, you will have a big move up on altcoins. However, if you do get that breakdown to hit that quarterly pivot, I will expect a lot of blood on altcoins. Okay. So that's why, again, as I just said, I don't see anything super interesting on altcoins, because at this point, the market is in a place where they're not interesting. I think the big moves have already happened, and the main reason that I say this is especially because I'm looking at Solana and Ethereum, right? Solana, I had just one level. I had just one level. You guys can go look at the live stream. I'm not lying. I just had this one level. You got the move down and you got that big bounce. And since Solana and Ethereum are the main movers in altcoins, when I look at these two, the move have kind of the moves have kind of already happened. Okay, so for this high, you can see the weekly chart looks very ugly. You filled that weekly imbalance, you got the rejection, you have this very ugly chart, you have the wicks. So Ethereum could be ready to break down, but maybe it will range a bit more. But for now, again, I won't predict a massive breakdown when I have these levels. Okay, that's not how I work. I trade level to level. Don't we have a lot of liquidity left around 2k to kill before going up on ETH? Where's 2k? Why do we have why do you have liquidity down there? Can look at this. I don't look at this very often, but that's a new indicator that I've added. It's Lux Algo. liquidation levels if you want to add it. I don't know, this doesn't even help me. I don't know why I added on my chart. But I mean, I don't mind this low honestly on Ethereum. I don't see, I mean, it was a big psychological level, 2K. You broke 2K and then you went back up. So did you break 2K? No, you didn't. My bad, my bad. So you didn't break 2K. You bought him just above it. That's a good point. So you know what? If you want to take Ethereum a bit further, maybe you look for this, right? Up, down, a bit of a bounce, and then you got that breakdown. Again, guys, it depends on Bitcoin. Like, I won't put this chart over Bitcoin's chart because what I see on Bitcoin will happen on altcoins. I cannot repeat this enough, but do I know what will happen on Bitcoin from here? Why is it not loading? Am I still live? I hope I am. I should be live still. So, yes. Do I know what will happen on Bitcoin from here? I don't. I had my level. Again, one more time. I had my level. I had my scenario. Okay. Do I know what happens? No. All I know, I mean, I can't be sure about this, but this is my view. If you break this level, you will have a very big drop. Okay. That's all I know. And if you hold this low, you will have a nice rally. Okay. So I cannot tell you more than that, okay? I'm trying my best to give you as little, but no, not as little levels. Yes, as little levels as possible. I mean, on this drop, I give you just this support area. On this drop, I give you just this support level. So I'm trying my best to make the charts as simple as I can. But other than that, I cannot tell you, do I believe that ETH will crash? I can't tell you this because this will depend on Bitcoin, okay? If you get that drop on Bitcoin, yes, Ethereum will go back down. And not only will it go back down, look, we will fill this daily imbalance. 1,800, this will get filled. I don't have a doubt about this. But this depends on Bitcoin, okay? But I do believe that this will get filled if Bitcoin does move down. Yeah, on width, yeah, it's a good level. Savas 0.5. We can look at it one last time. I just really don't like wickless daily imbalances. These to me are the biggest magnet to price, the biggest. You can leave it behind, but to me, I just cannot overlook this. What is your best trade ever in percentage term and dollar term? In dollar terms, to be honest, even though it wasn't a big move, it was actually this one. It was when we gave this scenario, I mean, this one was just perfect. And I was so confident in it that I took a massive position. So we had this daily imbalance, remember? You can go and watch the update on YouTube. I did it on the 18th of January or maybe on Friday, so on the 17th. But I had just one scenario, okay, which was to hit this daily imbalance and get a rejection. So I took a short up there and it was a big short as well because we had a very nice reaction. And since I had a big short and we had that drop, I had just one support level, which was $100,000. I still remember it, just below $100,000. I had like five conference down there, which one of them was that wickless candle. So we got that drop. I was in a very big short position. So since I was in a big short, I opened an even bigger long. We got a very big bounce, and then I woke up in massive profits and just took profits at the high. So in dollar terms, that was actually my biggest win, believe it or not. In percentage terms, um, I have to remember. I think it wasn't on this bull market because right there I was a bit more conservative on my swing trades. I do think it was right there. I don't like in percentage term, I don't really remember, but I did open a short up there and I do kind of forgot where I closed it, to be honest. In percentage term, I forgot. I just forgot. But yeah, in dollar terms, like I'm being very open. It's just this small move. It's just because that was really a perfect setup. And I was in a big short prior to it. And what is the biggest loss you have ever taken? I'm not going to remember. My biggest loss was a long time ago. Like, I don't take big losses anymore because I'm super strict on my risk. But where would my biggest loss be? Honestly, I think it was there. I think I was wrong in there, and we had that big drop, and I took a massive loss. But I don't really take big losses anymore, so it should be. I think I longed somewhere in this range, and you got that big drop, and at this point I was still a pretty like average trader, and I just took a massive loss. Or maybe was it in this range? Nah, I'm pretty sure it was on this drop. It was probably on this drop. But yeah, I mean, I'm open with you guys inside the Discord. Like 99% of the times, I do share my trades, and my losses are just very small. Like I just lost too much in the past. I don't want to take big losses anymore. It's very simple. So if we are running out of questions and the live has been going on for 50 minutes, which I guess is good enough, you want to do a quick recap on Bitcoin? Or does anyone have any more questions? I think we'll do a recap and we'll be done. Like if I do the recap and you have more questions, I'll take them. No problem. But I think it's time for a recap and we're done. So quick recap on Bitcoin. We have hit our support level, which is my only support level that was shared on Thursday. Okay, so right there, 107,450 to be exact. That was my only support level. And right now I have two scenarios. Personally, I have taken a long down there. I am looking to hold this one. Well, so I am looking to hold this one for much higher since I have taken profits already. Right there on this pump, I have taken profits. So for this one, I will hold it. However, for now, I want to look for a bit higher. I will say if we can drop first, okay, so if we can drop today and then move up, this would be the most bullish scenario, okay? So that would be a pretty bullish scenario. And at this point, I would wait for a strong reaction on this area to potentially open a short position. Because again, if we lose that level, I am expecting a very big drop. So let's remove all. You have one level below and one area above. Dropping first would be very bullish, and at this point, if we can get that move up tomorrow, I think again that would be bullish, but still beware of that level. If you break above it, I think we make a new all-time high to move much higher. On the other hand, if you get a rejection and you break back below this level, I will just look for the quarterly pivot. Why am I always doing this? So I will just look for $100,000 and $100. Why? Because we have the quarterly pivot down there. Okay, so one level below, one level above. We are getting a weekend move, which I am expecting to be given back at some point, which is why dropping today to move up tomorrow be the most bullish scenario. However, if you continue on moving up, man, I'm really doing the idiot right now. Okay, I'm gonna be done. So if we move up first, that would be a bit more bearish because again, that's a weekend move, which I don't love. And you can look for short positions to take it back down, potentially below this low, and target the quarterly pivot at $100,000 and $100. So very simple, guys. Okay. I always try to give, as I said, as little levels as possible. I give you one level to the downside. Now I just have one area above. I will be watching this one. I don't think that I'll be trading today. Honestly, I'm just a bit tired and I want to enjoy the rest of my Sunday. So honestly, if we move up right now, I will send a message on the Discord if I do open the short position, but probably I won't. Okay, if I do again, I will send it on the Discord. And that's it for Bitcoin. Ethereum is a nice conference, I think, to potentially look for lower on Bitcoin. Because why? We have a low, deviation, you on most setups you tend to retest that low, and what you have down there on Ethereum as well, you have the quarterly pivot, which is very important. And finally, one last point, remember this is summer price action. You shouldn't expect massive pumps in summer. Look, if it comes, it comes, like I'll take it, I'm in a long, but you shouldn't expect it. That's why I would be cautious right now. And that would be it. So I hope I made everything as simple as possible. I didn't chat too much, hopefully, because this stream is almost 1 hour long. So hopefully I didn't chat too much. And everything pretty clear. One level below, one level above. You drop, I will expect a much bigger drop. You pump, I will expect a new all-time high. Very simple. So with that said, I'm out of questions. Thank you for answering, and thank you so much for and thanks for everyone this time for asking questions. I do really appreciate it. So again, one last time, if you guys want to trade with a 30% fee discount on Bitunix, all you have to do is join up on our discount code Cryptid. It will be in the description of this live stream. And then if you want to get access to my indicator, it is now available inside of our courses. It is above 1 hour long, and I will add more lessons to it. So I'm very proud of this course. And yeah, I think you guys can tell right now I'm pretty tired. So I will end it right here. Thank you everyone again for all the questions, and and yeah, I will see you maybe in a bit in case we get a move up and reaction on my level. Let me set an alert because I do want to work off my my chart right now. I'll set an alert and come back if it gets triggered. If it doesn't, well, we'll wait until tomorrow and see what happens. And yeah, thanks for everyone. I hope you all enjoyed the rest of your weekend. I hope you all had a great weekend, and cheers to a profitable trading week ahead. So see you everyone. Thanks again.